is just to make one and put it out there. But I don't know any of the tricks. So if you guys ever want to talk about it, just to give yourself practice on what makes up a portfolio, what makes a good portfolio. Maybe even some of you have hired artists before. Maybe you've been in a manager position and you know what looks good on paper and stuff. Let me know. That's more information that I could use to get a job and more information I could share with other artists that are, because people ask me all the time, but I don't have an art degree, so I can't answer. I can't advise them professionally, but I would like to be able to do that and give people some good advice. So if you have good advice, then definitely let's get in touch and have a one-on-one, talk about that kind of stuff.
What's important about a good portfolio is that you, out of all the art you've made, and mostly that's quite a lot, that one, you pick out what you think is the best of your work. So don't put out everything on a website. Everything you've made on a website, that doesn't make sense. Because why? Because professionals, people who would want to hire you, will check out your portfolio and they will see your minor work, you know? They will see some things that you're not too proud of, that are like mediocre, and they will always judge you on your worst work.
They'll just close it. You know, I've had to go through a lot of applications before, and I think, you know, the job market is like, it's very competitive. So you don't want to waste any time from them. People don't even read cover letters. They don't even read, you know, they'll ask you to make cover letters and stuff. They might not even read the first paragraph. Some might skip straight to your resume. Some might skip straight to a certain part of your resume and never read any of the other stuff. But of course, if you don't submit the other stuff, then your application will be denied because it's incomplete. But it's probably the same, and I don't know this for sure. That's why I want to talk to a pro. For your portfolio, probably what Morlock said, they're going to look at some stuff. They're probably going to flip through it. You'll be lucky if they even watch any of your videos or even look at any of your art. They're just like, flip that book open, meh, out the door. They open it up, first thing they see, gone.
So, indeed, you have to make a good impression with your art, and if you can't manage to do that, you're not even going to be considered. So, if it's for just like the art you've made, a selection, pick what you think you're proud of, your best work, show it to some other people in like your close circles, and ask what they think is best. And also important, show variety. Never show a lot. In a portfolio, don't do all background art. Just show everything you can do. So, well, to keep your options open, pretty much.
Well, I'm gonna do it then, man. I'm motivated. I'm gonna make my portfolio and I'm gonna apply it to Blizzard so I can make some video game art for you guys.
Blizzard,
I did apply to Blizzard already.
A couple of years of experience.
I did apply to Blizzard and got rejected from both the jobs I applied for on Blizzard, but I didn't have a portfolio.
What did you apply for?
Oh, I don't know. They have all these jobs popping up for like graphics artists and video editors, something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to look them up. But the applications weren't too serious. You know, I'm not. When I applied to those jobs, I was not. I was more serious on other type of jobs related to what most of my experience is in Psyence. So those ones were kind of just like fallback jobs, and I didn't put the right effort into those applications. So that's, of course, they got rejected because I'm competing against people from like Full Sail University and stuff. But I might actually, I'm thinking about giving a try, applying again and actually giving a real go at it. Because I would really rather do that than what my other career was, which there are no jobs in. Loidicus has a good idea. Naked belf females in portfolio, or you gonna fail. I like that idea. I think that there should definitely be more naked belf females, and I think that I could definitely bring a new twist to the old naked belf female. Blizzard would love that. But I'll make my portfolio full of naked Blizzard characters.
No,
so we can see what our imagination.
That's not a good plan.
That's not a good. What do you mean that's not a good plan? Bullshit! It is a good plan.
Why?
because
Well, yeah,
because
obviously it's a good plan, but
they have
why?
clothes on. But if I take the clothes off, I get to actually show what is in everybody's imagination, to show my creativity.
It's okay to try to like copy an art style of a company you're applying for, because you're basically saying, hey, I can just step in and work, you know? I know how you guys do stuff. But if you only do that, then again it's the variety thing. You're not what? You're not
I know. I'm just kidding anyway though. But it was a good idea.
Plus, if you're applying for like, I don't know, a level designer, and you show up with Blood Elf characters, it's not really a good. Yeah, no.
But see, the thing is, I do what I want as an artist.
If you want to be a character designer, yeah, that's obvious then.
I do what I want. And that's what we got to put down on the table right away. You know, when I'm applying for a job, we have to put down on the table that Psynaps does it how Psynaps wants. And if we can't make that agreement, then they can kiss my ass. How many jobs do you think I can get with that attitude? Probably only one. Working for myself. I'm kidding. Like, never go in with that attitude. That's the worst attitude. But I think when you work for a corporate entity like Blizzard and stuff, you have to be very, how would you say, very dedicated to. Well, professional. I want to be careful with that word because professional means something different to everyone. But you have to be very obedient. We'll say, very have your door open to what your peers tell you and stuff like that, what your managers and art directors and stuff are going to tell you. Because if you can't do that, you wouldn't be able to work in that kind of corporate environment.
Yeah.
So for me, if you're very creative, and that's kind of creates a problem, I think, for a lot of people that have a very creative mind and are very leadership driven. And you have to be careful because if you're very creative and you're open-minded, you have new ideas and you want to try new ideas, but sometimes your boss doesn't let you because they want you to follow their ideas. And so now you're no longer living your dream, but living somebody else's dream. It's a complex thing. You have to find balance. And some people have found that balance and they do really well in that corporate career environment. So I kind of am struggling with that too, because, you know, I was in my training academically, I was trained to be creative, an independent thinker, and take lead and to lead projects. And that's what my training over many years has been. And so when I go into an environment where I'm not the leader, I'm the follower, and I try to lead, but the leader doesn't let you lead, I fall apart and I can't work in that. I have a really difficult time working in there, you know, because I want to actually be, you know, not work for the leader, but work with the leader. So when I get up, when another leader, me and another leader step foot in the same room, sometimes the room is not big enough for us because, you know, the leader wants everybody to follow, and I just want to be a collaborator. Like, I want to fight by your side, not fight for you. I want to fight by your side, kind of thing. And it doesn't.
That's a good attitude, but that's dangerous. It
really that's what I'm saying.
On the environment.
Yeah.
Sometimes
your balls are just really big. You're born that way.
Like, oh, so you just joined, and you know, I see potential in you. Let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you can do. Well, you'll always have other people who are like, dude, I'm still lead artist here. You have jack shit to say to me.
And those people can kiss my ass. Yeah, I'll leave those people. I'll be like, you can take your shit and you can eat it. But the bottom line is, some people like it, some people don't. Some people like the attitude, some people don't. It's like hit or miss. That's the way in the environment. Everybody has a different personality. You keep your mind open and you're willing to work with other people, and you find a person that you work with really well. Some people like that leadership attitude. Some people, they're the big dog. They're the only dog. They've been climbing their way up the mountain, and now no one is going to knock them down, and their egos are too big. I've been working on my ego in my profession where I trained. I'm really relaxed on the stream and stuff, but in a professional environment, I actually go super, super ham. And basically, sometimes the room is just not big enough for me and Other egos.
Plus, it's not always your lead. Sometimes it's publishers, for instance. You can be, well, I'm talking about the game industry a lot just because I'm in that industry right now, or well, I'm in college for that industry, but I know what it's like. But if you're in a big company that's designing games for some kind of publisher, then sometimes the publisher will say, we want you to do this or that, and you have to do it. Your
Of
lead
course.
or the project lead doesn't even have anything to say about it. You know,
Yeah, that's fine.
you can make it a bit of your own, and you can twist it a little bit, but the general idea, you can do nothing.
Right. I'm in that situation too as an artist. You know, when I do work for clients, they want it done a certain way, and so I try my best using my skills to do it in their vision, and I find a lot of accomplishment with that, you know, artistically. So there's a good balance there. It doesn't mean like, I didn't mean to say that you know, I like to do it my way or the highway every time. You shouldn't do that. If we're giving, you know, if you're listening to this conversation, you're like thinking, how does it apply to me? And what is a safe attitude to have and what is really bad? You should definitely always be willing to work with the people, or for the clients that I do jobs for. I really like, I really need to find inspiration. I try to find inspiration with every client that I work with. I try to be inspired by their work and see their vision, and maybe put my own twist on it. You know, because that's what you do anyway. I mean, if you're gonna make art for someone, you know, you're gonna bring your creativity and your style to it, and so that it's always kind of has your signature on it. So I see it that way, and I'm able to kind of be inspired by the client. But if it's a job that just doesn't inspire me at all, and it's just like, I don't want to do it, it doesn't make sense, that would be really tough, I think, for a lot of artists. And I respect those artists that are able to just do any kind of work. They're just able to spit it out no matter what it is. I'm trying to work my way to that, because I find that the work that I do the best is when I feel it, when I believe in it. You have to believe in it. And a lot of the science I was doing, I didn't believe in it. I didn't believe in killing all the animals that I had to kill to get answers to questions that I didn't even think were that important. And I didn't think that the work was worth all the money the government was giving to science to answer a question. Basically, at the end of the day, I just make something up based on my findings. No one knows what it is that we found. Scientists don't know what they found many times. They just use the information. We use all the information that we know, and we make up a story for what we think it means, based on good logic, based on good science. But still, it's not that important. And that's just an example of believing in the work you do. When you really believe in it, you do a really good job. When you don't believe in it, you basically are just working like mundane. It's like packing boxes. If you really believe how you're gonna pack so many boxes, you're gonna get a raise, and you're gonna be like employee of the month because you packed more boxes than anybody else. But if you don't believe in packing boxes, you're only gonna pack as many boxes as you have to keep the job you have. You know what I mean? Am I right? I know I'm right.
That metaphor, though, that metaphor.
Bagel Dog is here. Bagel Dog, you should come into raid call if you want, and
No,
we can
don't do
have
it.
a.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's
We
so
could
fun.
have. We could have a voice off. I already know who's gonna win though. Bagel Dog will win any voice off competition that we have.
Why do you think
Oh,
that?
don't you dare.
Don't you dare challenge me. I will kill
Well, Bane is here. Bane is here.
Psynaps Alliance, Psynaps Alliance.
This is
What up,
flight
Psynaps?
197 to the control tower. Requesting permission to land, over.
Negative.
You are clear
Control
for
tower
landing
to
on.
Psynaps. Permission denied. Go fuck yourself.
Permission to land on runway 19er, over. Let me land the plane, you son of a bitch.
Bang to the tower. Bang to the tower.
I will destroy this plane.
Go fuck yourself.
Why the hell should I go fuck myself? I will fuck
Now
you.
that I would like to hear that from Flight Control.